Hello everyone, I'm Coy Wire. This is CNN 10. It is Wednesday. We're halfway through the week, so smell the flowers and cool the soup. We're gonna make it through. It is also hashtag Your Word Wednesday. So we're gonna pick one of your word submissions to help broaden our vocabularies. So let's see whose word helped us write today's show. Let's get into the news with an update on Hurricane Milton. The storm reached a massive Category 5 strength earlier this week as it passed north of the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. That's the highest level of strength we currently have to record hurricanes, with winds maxing out at 180 miles per hour. It's the biggest and most powerful storm on record this year in the entire world. Milton is thankfully expected to weaken as it heads east over the Gulf on its way to Florida's west coast, but it's also expected to double in size. That means disastrous impacts will more likely be felt over a much larger area. Milton's storm surge is also expected to be much larger than Hurricane Helene's, estimated to reach between 10 and 15 feet above ground level. Residents in the state, well, they've been racing to prepare. We've seen lines at sandbag filling sites, supplies like plywood to board up buildings are running low, and interstate highways have been in gridlock traffic going north as many are evacuating from the storm's path. And many who are trying to evacuate, they're facing a fuel shortage, with an estimated 1,000 Florida gas stations completely out of gas as of Monday night. Another issue, some people are having trouble finding hotels, with many already being fully booked, while others aren't able to afford a hotel, even if they could find one available with rooms. Officials have opened shelters that can hold thousands of people who are in need of a safer place. It's been less than 2 weeks since Hurricane Helene walloped Florida's Big Bend as a Category 4 storm, and residents are scrambling to clean up as much of that destruction before Milton enters the state. The debris left behind could become dangerous projectiles when Milton's high winds hit soon. Exactly where Milton will make landfall? Well, that's a key factor to how much it will impact the Gulf Coast. CNN's Elisa Rafa explains.
Milton has already proven to be a powerful hurricane, rapidly intensifying and exploding in strength. While the entire Florida peninsula will see impacts of damaging winds and heavy rain from Milton, the exact location of landfall will be crucial for where the life-threatening storm surge will occur. Storm surge is the push of ocean water inland from the strong hurricane winds. The highest storm surge is at the location of the strongest winds in the eye wall. Tampa Bay is one of the most vulnerable spots on our coast to storm surge because of the huge population and the shape of the bay. The track of Milton could be one Tampa Bay hasn't seen in 100 years, meaning unprecedented storm surge. If Milton's eye goes just to the north of the bay, that would mean a worst-case scenario for the storm surge in Tampa Bay. The onshore wind direction will send the ocean waters funneling into the bay with nowhere to go, creating devastating impacts. If Milton's eye lands just south of the bay, winds will be offshore out of the bay, possibly even receding waters like seen during Hurricane Ian. In this scenario, the worst of the storm surge would go just south of Tampa. Even just a few miles wobble in Milton's track could greatly impact the storm surge forecast for better or for worse. So all warnings should be taken seriously.
10-second trivia. To prepare for long seasonal migrations, many bird species enter what state of being to bulk up for their journey? Brumation, predation, hypophagia, or hyperphagia? Your answer here is hyperphagia. Just like bears who eat large amounts of food before hibernation, migrating birds overeat to gain weight and store fat for their long journeys. Man versus nature. It's a tale almost as old as time. Humans and animals sometimes compete for land and resources. Well, that's the case in one town in Argentina where thousands of parrots have moved in. Normally, these feathery friends would pass right through the town as they migrated, but as the birds' natural habitats have been destroyed through deforestation, they've been staying longer and longer. CNN's Elisa Rafa has the perspicacity to further explain how residents are putting up with their pesky parrot problem.
The town of Hilario Ascasubi is facing a parrot invasion. Thousands of the multicolored birds have increasingly occupied this Argentinian city in a site similar to that of Alfred Hitchcock's 1963 thriller, The Birds. In recent years, the parrots have arrived in pursuit of shelter through the fall and winter months, but now it's spring in Argentina. A biologist at the National University of the South says the parrots have come due to disappearing trees along the hillsides.
Estimates say that 4% of the forest is lost annually in the south of the province of Buenos Aires. It is causing the parrots to have no food available, and they are increasingly moving closer to the cities where they find food, shelter, and water.
The parrots, however, have become pests, residents citing a whole range of annoyances, with the birds' continuous shrieking, harming electric cables, and leaving deposits of bird droppings everywhere. Despite the various tactics residents have used to scare them away, nothing has worked.
They bite and damage the cables. Water can then get into the wires when it rains and transmission is cut off. These parrots create daily costs and problems for us. It goes without saying that when the power goes out, there is no radio.
Argentina's forest land has been gradually lost over the years, but biologist Lara believes there are proactive steps the residents can take to both restore the environment and allow them to live in peace with the pesky parrots.
While humans and animals might sometimes find themselves at odds, there are ways we can benefit from working together. In Colombia, an innovative project to combat the growing problem of trash buildup is enlisting the help of the enormous Rhinoceros Beetle. Their larvae eat through piles of organic garbage, diverting it from landfills. CNN's Rafael Romo shows us how it's done.
In the Colombian highlands, a new solution has been found to tackle an escalating trash problem. These are the unlikely heroes of the story, the larvae of rhinoceros beetles, which feed on organic waste. This isn't the only thing these beetles have to offer. Once the beetles reach adulthood, they can be sold as pets to buyers as far away as Japan.
The beetles have the answer, but we haven't seen the full potential of the function they have.
Every week, 15 tons of waste are collected at this facility in Tunja, a city about 130 kilometers northeast of Bogotá. Once it's piled up, the larvae, which can grow as long as a human hand, dig in. Other larvae are placed in tanks where they consume liquid organic waste that can be harmful to the environment. With the landfill close to capacity, the larvae provide an ingenious solution. The UN estimates that around 11.2 billion tons of trash are generated globally each year. Colombia produces around 32,000 tons of waste daily, about half of which is organic.
We should aim to preserve beetles because they are responsible for breaking down all the organic waste produced by humanity today.
The larvae start to become beetles after about 4 months when they develop hard shells. Rhinoceros beetles can live up to 3 years. Some are exported to other countries, while others stay in Colombia where they are seen as good luck charms.
Today's story, getting a 10 out of 10, looks a lot like human Jenga. In northeastern Spain, the Catalonia region, it's home to the revered tradition of forming castels, or human towers. And they've been doing this for hundreds of years, passing the knowledge down from generation to generation. Take a look at these daredevils in action.
This wasn't the only tumble at the largest human tower contest in Catalonia, Spain. Known as castels, human towers play a big part in Catalan culture and are known for an expression of national optimism. The tradition dates back to the 1800s, and this biannual competition began in 1970. According to Reuters, this year about 11,000 spectators filled the stadium. They watched 42 teams fight for the prize of just over $15,000.
All right, thank you to everyone who submitted some prodigious words for Your Word Wednesday. Today's winner is Mr. Taylor's class at Autism Solutions Academy in West Jordan, Utah for perspicacity, a noun meaning the quality of having a ready insight into things or shrewdness. Thank you for making us smarter today. We love seeing all of you flex those vocab skills. And our shout out today goes to Bertha Hewitt School in Bertha, Minnesota. Let them hear you roar, Bears. Here's to all of you for subscribing and commenting on our CNN 10 YouTube channel for your shout out requests. Can't thank you enough. I'm Coy Wire. We'll see you right back here tomorrow on CNN 10.